All right, so we are on session D. This is Friday 9-5. We are working on chin-ups, step-ups, and a carry. So Sienna's going to show us a version of chin-ups and a band. You want to make sure your palms are facing in towards your face. When you step into the band, you want your legs to have some tension. So not only the banded legs straight, but you want to squeeze your legs together. Go ahead, and when you step off, your arms should be fully extended at the bottom. And as you pull up, look straight ahead, legs together. You're going chin up all the way up over the bar. Good. You step back. And I really want this in September to hone in on very, very, very good form. So I said 5 to 7. Hoping that they will not try to do the rep that is going to be a half a rep or a bad rep. Okay, so make sure that they're training that full lockout at the bottom and then full chin up over the bar. Okay, and then we have step ups. Love to see some weighted step ups. You're going to do 5 on each side so they can use their same box. Step all the way up. Make sure extension at the top. Step back. Let's stay on that same leg. You have 5 reps. Good, nice job. Step back. And then 5 reps on the other leg. All right, and then Sienna, we're going to do farmer's carries next. So down and back, we've been doing these. Make sure you do a proper deadlift. Make sure in the farmer's carry position, like Sienna is, ribs stacked over hips. These weights, you want to squeeze under your armpits a little bit. Okay, so that they're not banging on our legs and hitting against our legs. You're going to walk all the way down the long end and all the way back for the farmer's carry. All right, good job. And then for our conditioning, we are going to be working swings and bettering our push-ups. So you can either do 2-hand swings or 1-hand swings. They're going to come up twice in the round. So if you're doing 2-hand swings, a great cue that I like to give people is to do maybe a light and a heavy. And if they're doing 1-hand swings, they would do 10 on the left and then 10 on the right. So for swings, you want to make sure they're starting with that hike back. Good. And then making sure their shoulders are staying square. So Sienna's doing a nice job of that on her own, but you could also use that opposite arm to swing alongside or even tap the bell at the top. Good. And 2-hand swings we have got on lock. Well, you want to show us a couple? Great. Very good. And then for minute 2, you're going to get into the push-up plank position. So getting really, really good at the top of our push-up. You want to make sure those hands are directly below the shoulders. That we're not collapsing here in the shoulder blades. I see this a lot where people's shoulder blades are touching and that's their first go-to move. So make sure they're pushing up through the shoulder blades. They're in a nice flat plank. So Sienna's hips aren't up higher than her chest. And then her ankles are right up over top of her toes. Great, so we're gonna hold that for 30 seconds. Minute 2, relax. We're gonna go back to our swings. And then minute 4, we're gonna work on our push-ups. So you can either do 10 push-ups, or if they cannot perform 10 great push-ups, we're gonna do a push-up negative. So Sienna, can you show us from the side? Okay, go ahead and set up in that plank first. And then as she lowers, nice and slow, make sure your chest and hips hit the floor at the same time. Not reaching with the head first. Look up ahead. Beautiful. Reset up to your knees. Push back up. Great. Another. So about 5 push-up negatives. Sometimes if people are able to hold it really, really slow, then you can give them a little less so they're not getting caught by the clock.